Hey everyone, welcome to Unique Ways with Thomas Gerard, an audio podcast. I got a really great guest on today. She's been the design director of the New York Times for Kids since 2017. Previously, she spent more than 25 years working as an editorial art director, designing magazines such as Rolling Stone, House and Garden, Condé Nast Traveler, Esquire, and More magazine. Please join me in welcoming Debra Bishop. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show.
Are you ready for 20 questions?
Okay.
Great. Question one. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you do?
Well, I'm, for lack of a better term, a graphic designer. And that means I like to put what I do as packaging. I like to design around a theme or a topic, and that sort of includes all visual parts of the package.
Great. And just note for the audience, if you guys are interested in the big 2025 episodes, please check out the episode with Kareem Rashid. Question two. What's a key piece of knowledge that makes you different?
I think that all designers have sort of a unique style that makes them uh, different or makes them unique. I think some of the qualities that make my work different would be a sense of humor. I love to put humor in my work. Um, Maybe a love of typography and a certain sense of style. Um, Maybe just my taste.
Hmm. Great. Okay. Question three. Why this of all things? Why do you do what you do?
Oh boy. Well, mostly I do it because it's the one of the few things I'm good at or really good at. Um, and I love it. It's kind of a boring answer, but I'm good at the things that a a really great designer needs to have as part of their arsenal. Um, Certainly a love and passion for typography, beautiful visuals. Um, I love pulling visuals and typography and creating systems. Um, I love pulling all of those facets together.
Great. Perfect. Some people struggle with number four, and the question is, what does your future look like?
Well, I think that I'll be designing in my future. I like to design, but it could be designing a garden. I love to design my home. Um, so yeah, I mean, I will just keep doing what I do as long as I possibly can. Um, and maybe I'd like to travel a little bit more.
Great. So, five we say is unique to this show. The question is, let's talk about location. How does the notion of place play into what you do?
Hmm. Do you mean where I work?
Yeah, different people have different interpretations for this one, but it can be a geographic place.
Okay. Um, Well, I used to think that I had to, I've been working in New York for over 30 years. So I used to think that I had to live in New York, and that you know, it's so important to be, I've been in magazines for 30 years. So it was really important to be where the headquarters of these big publishing houses were, because that's where the work is. But also that's where um, there's just so much going on. You meet so many incredibly talented and prestigious people. Um, the city is very inspiring. Um, I do think that things are changing, though. I think that you can have, an interesting design career elsewhere because, you know, maybe before COVID and even before that. I guess I'm particularly talking about the magazine industry. So as that has started to dwindle, then we're all looking to go other places and I think there are other places that you can design.
Great. So you're starting from the beginning. What advice do you give your former younger self?
Probably just be present and relax. Um, when you're younger and even now, you are so worried about, where you're going to be tomorrow or what's going to happen tomorrow. And you just want to relax a little.
Nice. And what's a day in your life like?
Well, it's not that exciting, I have to say. The exciting part is whatever design that I get to do or the people that I talk to at the New York Times. Pretty much, I get up in the morning and I have my 2 cups of coffee and a nice chat with my husband, who is an illustrator, and his name is Eddie Guy. And then I go to the Park and Ride, which is where I get the bus into Manhattan. It's not a sexy commute at all, but it's the fastest. So I have taken the same route every year for 30 years,
Hmm.
across New Jersey, down the Lincoln Tunnel ramp and through the tunnel and up into the Port Authority, which has got to be one of the worst places on the planet. And then the great news is it's the easiest commute I've ever had. So I just walk across the street to the New York Times and I go up to the 10th floor and I begin my day at the New York Times. Usually I meet with my staff, um, my 2 designers, and we talk about what we need to achieve for the day. And then I tend to go from meeting to meeting unless I'm designing. And that's about it.
Great. So eight is about lifelong learning. It's a popular topic. How do you stay up to date?
Um, well, I mean, I'm always very interested in what's happening in design. So I like to surf. I live in New York, so it's all around me. What's in the air, and I have to say that that's one of the things that I've always been sort of interested in, and sort of what's in the air, what's um, what's in style, what are people thinking about. Um, yeah, so in terms of learning, um, I think I learn something new every day. Honestly, I don't make that my mission, but I'm always learning. In terms of just where I get my inspiration, that changes. I might be really interested in homes, and I've recently been renovating my house, so I've learned so much about design, interior design, since I'm doing this. So there's always a project going on. As I change jobs, even within just magazines, I'm learning, I'm starting over, that kind of thing.
Great. Nine is about tools. What tools do you use? Do you use digital and analog tools?
For the most part, I just use the Adobe Creative Suite. I'm getting older, so I'm not. I could learn Figma probably if I wanted to. Um, so far, I haven't had the necessity to do that, but I also love, creating book mock-ups, things like that, and I like them to be physical so I can really see something in print. So if something is going to be digital, obviously that's fine. We just look at it digitally. Um, and if it's something that is going to be an object or like a broadsheet, for instance, I love to print those kinds of things out. So I use a lot of printers. I still like my Canon printer. I really sound old. And I've been very lucky that I have access to a giant plotter, so I could print out the broadsheets at 100%.
Mm. Great. Halfway number 10. How do you deal with work life or life work balance?
Probably not very well. Um, well, I will say that my kids would probably tell you that I wasn't at home enough. And they're adults now. So, but now things are slowing down a little bit. So, and now, right now my work is hybrid. So it's been wonderful because I have more time at home, and that's been huge.
Great. And 11. If you weren't doing what you do now, what might you be doing?
In terms of my career,
Yes.
uh, I I really have an interest in interior design, so I could have gone in that direction, and as a plan B, if I was a little younger, I might have chosen that. Um, yeah.
Great. And what would you not like to do with your career?
What would I not like to do?
Hmm.
Um, hmm. Well, anything that has to do with math, like I would be terrible at. I would be an awful accountant.
Do you have a favorite word, quote, or sentence?
Um, my favorite quote is a camel is a horse designed by committee.
Do you have a least favorite word, quote, or sentence?
Deb, we have a new headline.
You're choosing one word to describe yourself. What word do you choose?
Vivacious.
What keeps you up at night?
Our new chandelier that won't turn off.
Nice. Final stretch here. What's a dream you're chasing?
Well, my dream has always been to fix up my little house. And so my dream is actually coming true. We're about halfway done. So I'll be coming up with some other dreams.
Great. And number 18, what inspires you?
Well, I think beautiful things inspire me. I know that's kind of a vague answer, but I've always been very inspired by other artists and people who are the sort of masters of typography. Um, Nature inspires me. I think there's nothing more beautiful and in terms of color or design than nature. Um,
Great. And last couple here. Any advice you'd like to share?
um, hmm. I would say just live in the moment. Relax, have a good time.
Great. And finally, number 20, how can our listeners keep tabs on you and what's our call to action today?
Call to action. Design matters. Does that make sense? Uh,
Hmm.
um, what was the question again?
Sorry, it's how can our listeners keep tabs on you?
Oh, well, I'm on Instagram pretty much, so can definitely uh, that would be the only place really. Um, that's at D Bishop Me. Um, hmm, what was the other half of it?
And then the
Maybe you
other
should
half is
delete this one.
it's what's our call to action, which you've
Oh, call to action. Um, I don't know. I don't have a good answer to that.
Okay, well, thanks so much for joining today. It's so great to flesh out this New York connection. It grows and grows. So I'm so glad to have you on today. Thanks so much for joining.
Okay, are you going to edit this?
Typically, I don't edit, but it'll probably go up today. So,
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say maybe you should edit the last portion of it.
oh yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay, thanks.
Thanks, Thomas. Bye.